You're tuned into No Good Music and
the HorrorCon Lounge podcast.
Today's episode is a special crossover episode with your hosts Jeremy and Rob. Interview with KEVIN
Vanhentenryck
from the 1982 cult classic horror movie Basket Case.
My name is KEVIN Vanhentenryck, Basket Case, and you are listening to No Good Music and the HorrorCon Lounge.
We have a special guest with us today. He's an actor, sculptor, and a former, and maybe still is at it, rock musician. He's mostly known for the lead role in the 1982 cult classic horror film Basket Case. Let's all welcome to No Good Music and
the HorrorCon Lounge,
Mr. KEVIN Vanhentenryck.
Vanhentenryck.
Hentenryck, okay.
So who's who? Who are you?
I'm Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Yep. I'm one of the co-hosts.
And I'm Rob.
Hey, Rob. So it was you that was sick last time, Jeremy?
Yes, I was the sick one last week.
I hope you're feeling better, man.
I am, thank you.
I know you had COVID, didn't you?
Yeah, I did a show in Crypticon, Minneapolis. Got COVID.
Yeah. So where are you today? Are you in New York, California?
This is Mount Tremper, New York, just outside of Woodstock.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah, I was just in Rhinebeck. I don't know if that's anywhere.
Yep.
Near
It's
there,
about a half an
recently.
hour east of here.
Oh, okay. So we want to talk about, of course, Basket Case, which you're probably tired of talking about by now, but also also your sculpting, I would say wood carving business, and also music. We want to start with music because we're mainly a music podcast. Now, I found this photo of you. Okay, I actually have. Oh, here's a close up.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So for our listeners, that was I think it was around 1979.
Yep.
On White Street in Tribeca, New York.
Yep.
And you were in a band called Naive.
Yes.
Okay. Tell us about that band, or like, was that your first band?
No, that was actually my last band in the.
Okay.
No, second to last band in the city. A funny story is that I can't remember if she played bass or I think she was the bass player, and the guitarist started dating.
Okay.
So it was really great for a while, and then they had a fight, and neither would show up to rehearsals. That's the end of that band.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Now,
Sounds vaguely familiar.
Did you record anything, or?
Over the years, yeah, we recorded some stuff, but the punk era overshadowed everything. So unless you're doing punk, you were kind of sidelined a little bit.
Okay, so that was a rock band, Naive?
Yeah, more straight ahead rock.
Okay. Do you still play? Do you still own a guitar?
A little bit, yeah. I did a short set in Minneapolis a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
That guitar, that's my favorite guitar. That's a 64 Gretsch white belt.
You still have that guitar?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Show that picture again. Let me see that picture again.
Okay.
I'm trying to see you can't see my amp set up in the background. But there's
I have the full picture. Let's see here.
Is that an Echoplex on the ground behind me?
Well, there's the whole stage.
It's too far away for me to see.
Yeah. 3 amps there. 4. I don't know. Yeah, the girl was the bass player, you said, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I see her.
Yeah, there was a street festival in Tribeca.
Okay.
This is long before it became the Tribeca that we know of today.
Yeah.
It was kind of an abandoned, derelict neighborhood in those days.
So let's talk about your acting career. I read that you started when you were 10, and you had an aunt and uncle who were in the entertainment industry.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And were they the people to encourage you to be an actor?
No,
Okay.
not at all. Not at all. Her name was Hala Stoddard, and she was on Secret Storm or something like that for 30 years.
Okay.
And my uncle's name was Whitfield Connor, and did a bunch of stuff in the 60s, 50s, and 60s. He was I think it was the GE television hour or something like that. He was in a film called Tapped Roots, classic Hollywood stuff. No, actually, if you're interested in the story of how I got into acting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So there was a girl named Cindy who was in my class, and I heard her talking to the teacher after class at the door as we were all leaving. And he asked her how the play was going. And I thought, aha, I'll get in a play, then I can get the notes.
It's always a girl. But
So I got into the next play the school did. I don't remember what it was, but the play that I'd heard them talking about was her last play. So I never got to know Cindy, but I came to realize that I liked acting.
Mm-hmm.
Interestingly enough, my uncle Whit, when he was in high school, had played the lead in Death Takes a Holiday, and I did the same thing in my senior year in high school.
Oh, okay. Wow. Now, your first full-length film was Basket Case, 1982, and it's gone on to become a cult classic horror film. I'm sure most of our listeners have seen it, and it was written and directed by Frank Hennen. I'm bad with names. Henenlotter.
Yep, that's it. Yeah.
Okay. Tell us how you met Frank. I think I read you were at the American Academy of Dramatic Art. That's correct? Where you met Frank.
Well, in the film, Ilsa plays the social worker with the glasses. They have to walk down the hallway and she has to see for herself. So she was the assistant registrar of the Academy. And Ruth Newman, who plays our aunt, was the registrar.
Nice.
So at one point, Ilsa says to me, I know this guy that makes movies. You should meet him. I said, okay. So I went and met him. He seemed to like me. Gave me a shot. I played 3 extra background parts in the film previous to Basket Case, which was called Slasher. And he liked the way I worked. I was trying to be as professional as I could at that age.
Mm-hmm.
And a few months later, he calls me up with this idea for a film.
Mm-hmm.
And was I interested? Sure, yeah. So he, when Frank does a pitch, he performs the whole film for you.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And after he was done, he said, "Are you interested?" I said, "Sign me up."
Interesting.
What did you think of the concept? I mean, the movie's about your conjoined brother. What was his name? Belial?
Belial.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, you said he acted it out, so you didn't read a script. He sort of told you or showed you what.
Eventually, I saw the script. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Eventually there was a script, and it's kind of an actor's dream, to get to play both sides, because the boys felt that they were one individual who had been cut in half. So that's and the psychic link between them. That's an actor's dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm positive I saw the movie in the theater. I would have been 16 years old. But my one friend especially always still quotes, he's like, "What's in the basket?
What's in the basket?"
And he says it every once in like for the last, 40 years. And my other friend Matt, who does the podcast sometimes with it, but he can't remember if he saw it in the theater with me, or I'm trying to remember if it was then on TV. It might have been a Saturday movie. I don't know how soon after it left the theater.
I don't remember those kind of details. It did play. So the midnight showing at the Waverly in Lower Manhattan was a big deal. And Rocky Horror Picture Show holds the record.
Yep.
I can't remember how long I think it was at least 2 years that the Waverly. And Basket Case is second place. We played the Waverly midnight for 15 months, I think.
Wow, that's awesome.
Now, did the movie do well, do you think, at the time? Or like back then, now things go to streaming. And even back then, I'm trying to remember if there were even, I don't know when VHS tapes came out. And
it was just at the beginning of VHS tapes. And no, we did not do well initially because the distributor, much to Frank's horror, had cut the film poorly, and it was not doing. But he knew Joe Bob Briggs, the legendary Joe Bob, who had a drive-in movie show.
Yeah.
And he wanted to play it, but he wouldn't show the cut version. So Frank snuck him the uncut version, and he played it, and everyone loved it. And so, without fanfare, the distributor just started slowly placing the cut version with the uncut version, and it took off. So, thank you, Joe Bob.
Can you tell us what the difference was?
Oh, I don't remember. That's a Frank question, probably. Yeah.
I met Frank a couple weeks ago. He was at the New Jersey Horror Con.
Yes. Yeah.
And I met you. I don't know if you remember that this was, I think, earlier in the year, probably at the same one.
Okay.
So I had him sign. I have a poster that you had signed, so I had him sign it. But I tried to ask him about how he came up with this idea. He couldn't remember. It was so long ago. I guess he.
We were all younger once.
Yeah. And I have to tell you, I tried to get him to come on here, as a surprise, but I guess he doesn't do the computer stuff. That's what he
now,
which I can understand.
I have a general curiosity question. Frank has an interesting way of writing films. Because I think, I'm going off memory here, but Frankenhooker also came out around that time frame. Had you seen any of his previous stuff? I know you said you acted as an extra in one of the films, but no, you'd never seen anything?
Yeah. And Frankenhooker and Frankenhooker and Basket Case 2 were shot back to back.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So it was after.
Yep. They had leased building on one of the piers down there on the lower west side near the UPS facility that's there. And they built the Basket Case set there. They had Gabe Bartalos oversaw the effects. They had a huge effects studio set up there because they had to do all the effects of Basket Case 2. And then as soon as they were done that, they redid the stage for Frankenhooker and did all those effects. These guys were out of their mind.
Well, there was no CGI then, too. So all of the effects are real.
Those are poor actors inside of all of those.
Yep.
And so we had freak wranglers because you couldn't breathe in it. couldn't drink in them. So
Yeah.
there were lots of constructions of straws so they could get
Hmm.
fluids. And the hair dryers turned on the cold setting to keep air circulating between
Oh,
takes.
wow.
That's awesome.
Now, did you say 1 and 2 were filmed at the same time? Is that what you're saying?
No. Basket Case 2, Basket Case, the original film, we started, I think, in 79,
Hmm. Okay.
shooting that. We shot for a year because we had no money.
Hmm.
They shot on 16, the thing they call short ends, when the film company would sell large batches of film to somebody else, they would end up with 50 feet here, 100 feet there,
Hmm.
called short ends, and they were cheaper because they were those short bits of film.
Hmm.
And so we would shoot for a few nights or days or weekends.
Till you ran out of film, probably.
You would do a rough assemblage, show it around, get more money, and repeat. So
Mhm.
we spent a year doing that, and then they spent a couple of years in post and marketing it.
Hmm.
Shows a lot of dedication, not only from obviously Frank himself, but the team to stick with him through that.
Well, it was fun. It's a fun project. It was an unusual idea even
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
It's interesting that even today it remains an unusual idea for a horror movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And me seeing it when I was 16, 17, it's stuck with me, all this time.
Thank you.
And I don't know if have you just started doing autograph shows, or have you been doing them for a long time?
Oh, no, I've been doing that for a long
Okay.
time, but I don't do a lot of,
Okay.
I try to only do a handful.
Yeah.
Traveling is really not cool anymore.
Yeah.
I don't want it to become like a job.
Right.
It has to remain fun.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Because both of us, well, Jeremy goes to a lot of autograph shows, more than I do, but I'll go to the PA Horror Con, New Jersey. Chiller, I'm going to. Don't know if you've ever been there in Parsippany, New Jersey.
I've done Chiller 3 times.
Okay. Yeah.
There was one year, it was a different location than it is now, I think. He had a tent in a parking lot.
Yeah.
It was the Meadowlands, yeah.
Okay.
I think so. I think.
And the guy from the original Pods movie, Kevin something or another, Kevin McCarthy was there.
Mhm.
The Lost in Space people were there.
Yeah.
I met the 2 guys from 2001 were there that year. So I forget if it was Saturday or Sunday, but it started getting really dark in the middle of the day. And I peeked out of the tent, and it was really obvious a storm was coming. I packed up and ran.
Yeah.
The people that didn't, the tent blew open. People lost all their pictures. It was fast. And so I'd rather imagine that was the last year he did the tent thing.
Well, there was one under a tent, but I don't think it was the Meadowlands. And it was outside. It was like outside the hotel. They had some of the people in the hotel, I guess, that didn't want to be out but I remember it was like 85, 90 degrees that day. And it was either April or October. It's probably April, but it was unseasonably warm for that day. And the photos I have with like Linda Blair was there. I don't even want to show the photo because I'm wearing like a sweatshirt for some reason. and I'm like, you can see that my face is red, and I just, I'm very warm.
Well, now you have to show it.
Yeah. But back to, there has to be fun for you, and these are fun for us to go to, because I do see some people there, I'm not going to mention names, that look like they're only there, I have to say it, to make money
grab,
because, and they don't really interact. It depends on your personality too, like I'll say Chaz Palminteri, right? I met him, but that's the type of person he is. He's not very talkative, so I understand that, you know. But yeah, it has to be, yeah, and like you said, for traveling, like what you have to go through to get there, and you're sitting there all day, you know. For us, it's like maybe we're there a couple hours, you know, walking around.
Well, we're sitting there for several days often.
Yeah.
If it's a show that has a Friday evening component, you know, but that's the beauty of Chiller, for example, and the New Jersey Horror Con, which is another fun show. I can drive to those.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
That eliminates the whole TSA horror.
Yeah. And the one in Edison, I've been going to those because I'm part of a movie called Crimson Harvest that's filming now in Blairstown, where they filmed the original Friday the 13th. And I had a small role, non-speaking, but that was fun as a police officer.
Congratulations. All right.
So I'm there to represent the film, but I also don't want to be there. I'm not sitting at the table. I'm kind of, you know, I've become friends with a lot of people that, you know, there's another guy that's in making horror films. And so it's a hang, you know, I get to see people that I kind of know, you know, and we just to talk and just hang out, you know.
Yeah.
But I couldn't imagine sitting at the table. We were next to Jay Peterman, John O'Hurley from Seinfeld. You know, when you're there for hours, you see people just sitting there, you know, for hours.
I did a show in Pennsylvania once. I don't remember which one, but I was sitting next to Fred Williamson, who early on in his first career was football.
Mm-hmm.
So his whole table was film shots, but he had one black and white right in the center of him. They're from a real game.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And if you've ever met Fred, he's a really nice guy, but he's a no nonsense guy, right?
Yep.
And I watched this young, partially intoxicated young man walk up, and you know, at first you're hoping they'll buy something naturally.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But he starts insisting that the black and white of him playing football, that he saw that movie. Just to watch Fred's face go buy something to get the hell out.
Yeah.
It was very funny.
Well, that's the thing that kind of gets taken for granted, I think, at those shows. You're dealing with a lot of different personality types, a lot of different opinionated people that might say things that they don't mean, or, you know, you're just in a lot of different situations that you can't ever predict ahead of time.
We're a difficult species, you know. So there are moments, yes.
So over the years, you have been in other movies, but not. I think recently you were in some movies. Your true passion has to be sculpture. If I'm saying that correctly as a term, sculpture, I don't know if it probably encompasses a lot. Because I also read that you started this back probably in 79, around that time, before you were in Basket Case, or maybe while you were filming, or when Frank approached you, or you became part of that. I think you had a studio apartment, and
so the timing was I was at the Academy in 74 and 75. One of those years, and I don't remember anymore, we went and saw a film about a sculptor, which is how I got interested in it.
Okay.
An old Ken Russell film called The Savage Messiah, which was about a real carver who lived during World War I. And that instantly distracted me from acting. And I had already, as soon as I got into the stone carving and realized that was what I was meant for, that became my primary focus. And it was after that Frank got back to me with the idea for Basket Case, which was way too cool to pass on. So. Yeah, I've pursued the sculpture. I haven't really pursued the acting, which is why I haven't done that much. I do get called occasionally to to do stuff. And I would love to do more acting, but I think a lot of people can't see past Dwayne. So,
Yeah.
which is a kind of a backhanded compliment in itself.
Right.
Because you don't look much different. I mean, we all look older, but I'm very jealous that you still have your hair. Because that was the thing in basket,
different color
guy with the hair, you know.
Well, in the 70s, everybody had long hair.
Yeah.
Late 60s, early 70s. Yeah.
Do you do you teach classes? Like I know you gave me. I have your brochure around here somewhere that you gave me. But why don't you tell us what your business is called, if it's a business or if it's a teaching facility?
Well, the teaching of sculpture is called the HunterStoneCarvingSeminar. It's a free 2-week class we do once a year in the mountaintop region of the Catskill Mountains, Hunter, New York. We set up a complete professional stone carving studio there, and we make dust, you know. And this year it was in August 11th through the 30th. This was our 17th year doing this. We had, I think it was around 160 students in 2 weeks of instruction, but a lot of them are regulars. We have an increasing cadre of regulars who come every year, and most of them stay for the whole 2 weeks. We have a woman painter who did a project. She spent the whole 2 weeks, 4 years in a row on one project. And it is,
wow.
It's museum quality work. And so over the years, the work that has been left at the site has become a sculpture park. It's called Bluestones Park. There's over 300 petroglyphs on permanent display there that the students have left over the years. And some of them are really remarkable. So if you're ever in Hunter, New York, it's worth checking out.
Okay. Now, I went on your on the website and I saw you do hand carved signs. I don't know if you do that anymore. Like even for businesses. Oh, there you go.
Just need the airplane in front. Like you're at the ocean.
Because I have my own printing business. I've been in printing for almost years. like on paper or banners? Yeah, like offset printing.
Yeah.
But I also deal with people that make signs, and so if I have anybody looking for a carved sign, is that something you still do?
Oh yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just looked at a stone the other day. Guy has a big flat slab of bluestone that he wants his address carved. You know.
Oh, okay.
Stuff like that. But yeah, if you go on the website,
I'll put it in the description. Interview.
There's a lot of stuff on there. It's a selection. It's not everything.
So I have a couple more questions about music, kind of generic questions. What was the last concert you were at?
Last concert was the Paul Winter concert down in, I think that was in Connecticut.
Okay. What kind of music is that?
Well, it's, how would you describe that? New age-ish, a lot of horns. He plays a soprano saxophone.
Okay.
Yeah, but they do, it's really cool stuff. I saw them in the 70s, actually, at Carnegie Hall Cinema. And they were working with a cellist who, she also had an acoustic cello, but at one point she was using an electric cello with some electronic enhancement. And it sounded great. But at one point, I guess there was a trucker driving by and this CB radio
Oh wow.
blasted through. And the whole audience went. So, but the band did not miss a beat. It was impressive.
Nice.
But yeah, as far as the music, the 70s was a really cool time to be in Lower Manhattan.
Mm-hmm.
I saw so many amazing groups down there in that era.
Like at CBGB's and places like that. Or...
Yeah, CB's and Max's. The band, my last band was called Naive. No, yes. And not the band that you have a picture of.
Oh, okay.
Another group. And the bass player played electric bass and pedals. Mm-hmm. So he worked through a huge acoustic reflex cabinet, the size of a refrigerator. Well, the staircase at Max's is narrow and steep. And so it's 2 or 3 in the morning and we're all half plastered and we're trying to horse this refrigerator-sized object down the staircase, which is littered with other drunk people.
Nice.
And what would you say is your favorite musical artist or band? Do you have a...
I love early Patti Smith, from
nice.
In the 70s, the Radio Ethiopia kind of era. One of my favorites. But there's another story. I think it was Faraz, which was on the Upper West Side. I saw a band called the Bloodless Sparrows.
Okay.
Ever heard of them?
No.
So, anyways, they were really cool. It's kind of like acid rock, a little trippy, and I really liked it. The guitarist was really good. And the very next season, the same guitarist is back with a band called Stray Cats. It was Brian.
Oh, yeah. Heard of them.
A complete opposite, the bass player standing on his bass while he's playing it, stand-up drummer, the whole bit. There's complete change in genre.
Well, thank you, Kevin, for talking to us. I don't know if there's anything else you want to talk about or say.
What I often get asked is what's it like that a project I worked on more than 40 years ago still has legs, and it's an incredible honor that people still like it. It's just astounding, and it's because of guys like you, man. So thank you.
And now it's streaming. It's on Tubi. Yep. I haven't watched the third one. I'm kind of scared, but.
The thing with the second and the third film is I got to work with Annie Ross. I don't know if you know.
I've heard of her.
He was in a band called Lambert, Hendricks, and Ross.
Okay.
And so when they were looking for a song for everyone to sing on the bus, they contacted whoever wrote Personality. And when he found out it was Annie Ross that was going to sing it, he gave it to them for $1.
Oh, wow.
And he was incredible.
Yeah. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great night.
Great talking to you.
My pleasure.
You've been listening to No Good Music and the HorrorCon Lounge crossover episode. Today's interview was produced and edited by Rob J. Lilly and recorded via Zoom at the Did You Say 7 Studios in Washington, New Jersey. You can find No Good Music on Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, Pandora, and almost anywhere you listen to podcasts. Exit music by the band 99%.